Hi everybody, how you guys doing today? Sorry. How you guys doing today? Alright. Somebody actually told me about this, and I saw this last night on, I forget where it was, but one of the news agencies. I wanted to run this real quick because there's variations in this I've seen, and I had 3 or 4 of these by different ones, but I had to shut down my computer, and the search results just aren't coming up the same, and this one's coming from Al Jazeera. It's close enough to what I heard. Al Jazeera up here. U.S. voices concerns over Russian military buildup in Syria. Uh, Let me just tell you what I've heard. Um, Basically, Putin supports Assad because he thinks that Assad is decent enough to go forward against ISIS. So Russia is kind of supporting Assad in this matter. This throws it in a monkey wrench because for some reason or another, and I still don't know what or why, Obama personally, from what I've heard, does not like Assad. Now, I don't know if this is like the George Bush thing with Saddam Hussein, where Jr. went after Saddam to kill him because he threatened to kill his father in the first Gulf War. I don't know what the situation is or is not. But in anywho, Obama does not like Assad, and Putin and Russia are in support of Assad to help bring down IS and other things. U.S. Secretary of State raises concerns about reports Moscow moves to boost military backing of Syrian government. John Kerry concerns reports an imminent enhanced Russian military buildup in Syria. I'm trying not to read everything, so it's not like I'm plagiarizing this or anything, but Kerry spoke with Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, discussing with him the reports of Russia's ambitions to build up military interventions in the Arab country. New York Times basically said it on Friday that Russia had sent military advance team to Syria, was taking steps to Washington that Washington fears may signal plans to vastly expand its military support in President Bashar al-Assad. This is nothing major and nothing new. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'm going to do a Bing search real quick, and you can see how many hundreds of titles. Let's see here. Russia supports Assad and Syria, and let's just see what comes up. So this is how many hundreds of titles. I mean, Fox, News.au, Business Insider, even a website on Wikipedia, Russian-Syrian relations and Wikipedia. So this is huge. U.S. warns Russian over military support of Assad. Why does Russia support Syrian regime? Assad confident of Russian support in Syrian regime. Assad confident in Russian regime. Russia's role in the Syrian civil war. Is Russia reconsidering its support for Assad? BBC. Let me go to 2. I'm just going to scroll through these. BBC, UPI, Fox, Reuters, US News, WSJ, DW, Digital Journal, Arutz Shiva, which I think is Syrian. So this is kind of gonna be big. You know how it is with this global elitist stuff. They bring up something halfway and then they drop it down, bring it up a year and a half later, drop it down, bring it up 6 months later, drop it down, bring it up 6 months later, drop it down. You get the idea, folks. This is nothing but another hype around, is America going to go to war with Putin and Russia? Well, I hate to tell you guys this, but Russian troops via the UN are already in America. I've stated this in many videos that I know. Okay, in Washington County in Michigan, supposedly, there's like, I've heard 24,000 UN troops, but I think it's closer to 2,400. I don't know. I've heard that that's an area they do a lot of training, like with SWAT teams and various things of that sort. And I know you don't want to say, oh, no, UN doesn't train SWAT teams and they don't do this, they don't do that. Well, there's the echo effect and there's what's real. I can only tell you what I can hear because any of my Leo buddies, they either don't want to tell me or they just don't know. So I'm forced to give you echoes of what I know. So, anyways, this is the problem. This is going to be like another hype on, is America going to go to war with Syria and Assad, or Russia and and Syria at the same time. There's going to be hype, and then they're going to, before anything really goes on, they're going to push it down and out. Well, we owe China a lot of money, folks, so sooner or later something's going to kick off right. Don't know what, don't know when. Could be another 150 years of bullshit escapades like this with nothing going on.